Hello, my best friends and loving pie cuties, Markapunk gamer, a.k.a. Markapunk here. As I weirdly realize, Kreator just released a new album, and I'm here to frickin' re-rank it and tell you my thoughts on their new one. And yes, I'm here with Little Scruff once again. So, since you guys missed this character, so he's back again. Say hello again, Little Scruff.
It's a pleasure to be back here again, Markapunk and other people.
Thank you for being back here, Little Scruff. So now, the introduction's over with. Now there's 15 Kreator albums instead of 14 since the last time I ranked it. The first time I ranked it, I wasn't even impressed a little bit since last time. And yes, I have a little bit of the damn cold because of the cold weather. So, before I get any worse, let's just start with the worst at number 15, which still is the worst one, is Renewal. So there you go, one with the stupid cover on it. The Praying Mantis cover, what the hell is that? This is the most experimental piece of shit Kreator album I've still ever heard. I hate it the second time. I couldn't even bear myself to finish it once again, guys. I can't. So, that's all I'm gonna say about this piece of shit. So, Renewal at my number 15. You're still an experimental piece of shit to this day. At my bottom. Okay, my number 14th in my ranking for my second least favorite is Anorama. I guess this is a little bit better than fucking Renewal, in my opinion. It's a tad bit better, but not much. Still worst production album ever made too. The only couple of songs that really interest me is the Anorama song and the entry instrumental. Those are the only songs that really interest me from this, but overall, it's still my second least favorite Kreator album. So, it's a little bit better, I guess. My number 14 is Anorama. My number 13th pick for this ranking is now Cause for Conflict. So this is where they started the whole industrial metal type genre of Kreator. So Megahertz has that perfect blend of industrial metal. Kreator does not. So stop being like Megahertz or Rammstein, please. So this one's okay for a Kreator industrial genre style. The songs I like is Prevail, Progressive, Polarians, I forgot what it's called, sorry if I mispronounced it, Crisis of Disorder, Bomb Threat, and lastly, Dogmatic Authority. So, a few tracks I do like from this, I guess. So, it's better than their experimental piece of shit or Renewal, overall, but not even damn close. Still. Number 13 is Cause for Conflict. Okay, another slap in the face. Number 12 is Hordes of Chaos album. So, I know it's unfair for me to put at the bottom, so there are other ones I think are better in my opinion. But it's another okay Kreator album, Hordes of Chaos. It's okay. Songs I like is Hordes of Chaos. Hordes of Chaos is the first track I like. War Curse. Escalation is cool. Radical Resistant, cool. Corpses of Liberty instrumental is cool. And that's about it, guys. For Hordes of Chaos. So, another okay Kreator album, in my opinion. Number 12 is Hordes of Chaos. Number 11, this might be an unfair opinion, and close to the middle of my ranking, is actually going to be the Outcast album. This is where they really get a little bit deep into industrial type metal in this one. So, Outcast, another below average album in my opinion. I can still have a tad bit of enjoyment out of Outcast. So songs I like, Leave This World Behind, I think is a cool song. Phobia, Forever, Enemy Unseen, Outcast, Alive Again, and lastly, A Better Tomorrow. So, yeah, it's still a below average album. I could somewhat enjoy this one. My number 11 is Outcast. Alright, number 10 in my ranking is Phantom Antichrist album. This one I think is a little bit better than Outcast, since they're out of that era. So this one's pretty good too. We're getting to the above average category in a couple of these in my ranking. So this one's a pretty decent album. It could have been better for me. Songs I like from it is Mars Mantra instrumental. I like the opening instrumental to it. Phantom Antichrist. Death to the World. Civilization Collapse. United in Hate. The Few, the Proud, the Broken. And lastly, Victory Will Come. This one I think is above average Kreator album in my opinion, overall. I have a bit of a decent time with this one. So my number 10 is going to be Phantom Antichrist. Alright guys, my number 9th pick for this ranking is Hey Uber Allies. So this is their new one here. So this made it into middle of my ranking. To me, it's like above average in my opinion. So I have a decent enough time enjoying their new one, I guess. So it's decent. So pretty good. And all that stuff. But anyway, I like the opening instrumental to this album. Hey Uber Allies is good. Killer of Jesus is cool. Strongest of the Strong is awesome. Conquer and Destroy, cool. Midnight Sun, awesome. Pride Comes Before the Fall, cool. And lastly, Dying Planet. So, I have a pretty good, decent time with this new one. So, that is my overall thought about it. It's above average in my opinion. It's pretty good. So, overall. So my number 9th pick is going to be their latest one, Hey Uber Allies. Now we're going back another album. At my number 8th position is actually Gods of Violence. I had this high in my rankings, still somewhere in my ranking, it's a little bit higher. This one I think is pretty cool. I had enjoyment out of this one. Pretty cool album in my opinion, pretty cool album art too, in my opinion as well. So songs like Apocalyption is pretty cool. World War Now is awesome. I can't pronounce the beginning of track 4's name. Totalitarian Terror. Okay, that's how I pronounce it. I like that one. Army of Storms is cool. Hail to the Hordes. Lion with Eagle Wings. Ugh. Fallen Brothers cool. And lastly, Death Becomes My Light. So, awesome album, guys. So, I had a good enough time with this Kreator album overall. Pretty awesome. But my number 8 is going to be Gods of Violence. Alright, we're almost through with this ranking, guys. So, my number 7th pick for this ranking is Terrible Certainty. So, one of the 80s that are okay for this Kreator album. So, I think this one's okay in my opinion. So, it's still pretty good, nonetheless. Songs I like from it is Storming with Menace, As the World Burns, cool. No Escape is cool. One of Us is awesome. And lastly, Behind the Mirror. Those are the only few songs I like from Terrible Certainty album overall. This one, I can have a good enough time with this one as well. So my number 7th pick is going to be Terrible Certainty. Alright, everybody's gonna hate me for this opinion, where it's gonna be at my number 6 position. It's actually going to be their debut, Endless Pain, so there you go. So, I know, it's a ballsy pick for my ranking. So, it's their first debut, it's an okay production first album, I guess, how they first started. But yeah, this one's okay in my opinion. So, I still have a good time with this one as well. So, I like these songs here. Endless Pain, Total Death, Tormentor, sorry. Son of Evil, Flag of Hate, Civil War, not Civil War, but Cry War, sorry. Bonebreaker, Living in Fear, and lastly, Dying Victims. Yeah, overall, this is a pretty good debut, I guess. It's not my top favorite in my ranking. So, it's sitting here at 6 comfortably, in my opinion, overall. My number 6 is going to be Endless Pain, so I can get through this re-rank. So, on to the next one. Alright, my best sound friends and the PyQs, you've been waiting for this. So, my top 5 here, I like all tracks in this one, so I'm getting to the most exciting part about this ranking. Yeah, 5 of these I do like, overall. So, what am I going to put for my number 5th pick for this ranking is actually Extreme Aggression album. Yeah, late 80s Kreator album. This one is, I think, is pretty cool in my opinion, still, to this day. Awesome Kreator album. Extreme Aggression is awesome, overall. Awesome album. I like all 9 tracks. So, Extreme Aggression, No Reason to Exist, Love Us or Hate Us, Stream of Concussionness, Some Pain Will Last, Betrayer, Just Don't Trust, Bringer of Torture, and lastly, Fatal Injury. I mean, Energy. What the hell am I saying? Whatever. So, yeah, this, I like all tracks, and this one made it to my top 5. This one I can enjoy the hell out of. So my number 5th pick is actually Extreme Aggression. Alright, we're moving to my number 4th pick in this ranking. And this came out in 1986, I believe. The album is called Pleasure to Kill. This one I think is awesome. 86 thrash metal is awesome in this era, in my opinion, and this is one of them. So, Pleasure to Kill. This one's awesome in my top ranking. This is another one I had a damn good time with from Kreator. Naming all the tracks in this one. Choir of the Damned instrumental. A great opening for this album as well. Ripping Corpse. Why have I kept fucking this up? It's Ripping Corpse. Death is Your Savior. Pleasure to Kill. Riot of Violence. The Pestilence. Carrion. Command of the Blade. And lastly, Under the Guillotine. So, Guillotine. Or however you want to call it. I'm going to call it Guillotine. Yeah, all tracks are awesome. I enjoy the hell out of Pleasure to Kill album. Came out in 1986. Awesome. Overall. Yeah, my number 4th pick for this is Pleasure to Kill. Alright, my best sound friends and the PyQs. These are my top 3. You know the whole spiel. Bronze, silver, and gold at the end. So you guys know my whole spiel. So, this changed since my old one, guys, so prepare to be disappointed. So, my number 3 bronze medal winner, I have to say Enemy of the God album. This was my number 1 favorite album before, but it turned out to be my number 3 now. So, surprisingly, right? This one, I still enjoyed the hell out of this one. This came out in 2004. I still like the special edition of it. It's pretty cool as well. And, yes, I like all tracks, all 12, I believe. Oh, I think it's all 12, I believe. Where the hell is that? Sorry, guys. Mouse decides to frickin' move. Where the hell is it? There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, I still enjoy the hell out of this one. All 12 tracks, guys. So, Enemy of the God, Impossible Brutality, Suicide Terrorist, World Anarchy, Dystopia, Voices of the Dead, Murder Fantasies, When Death Takes Its Dominion, One Evil Comes, A Million Follow, Dying Race Apocalypse, Under a Total Blackened Sky, and lastly, The Ancient Plague. So, awesome album overall, but this is in my top 3 bronze medal winner, in my opinion, so it moved back a bit for me. My number 3 bronze medal winner, it has to be Enemy of the God, so deal with it. My number 2 silver medal winner, this made it higher on my list actually. It's called Violent Revolution. So this came out in the early 2000s. I think it's a pretty badass album overall in my opinion. This one, another one I can enjoy the hell out of all the way through. So all 12 tracks. Yeah, all 12 tracks for this one. Now I'm gonna name them all for you guys. So, Reconquering the Throne, Paratorch instrumental is pretty cool. Violent Revolution, of course. All of the Same Blood. Servant in Heaven, King in Hell. Second Awakening. Ghetto War. Replicas of Life. Slave Machinery. Bittersweet Revenge. Mind on Fire, and lastly, System Decay. This one I can enjoy the hell out of all the way through Violent Revolution. I think it's the best Kreator album in my opinion in the early 2000s. So, my number 2 silver medal winner is going to be Violent Revolution. So, I like this one overall, guys. So, there you go. Alright, my best sound friends and Pie Cuties, this is what you've all been waiting for since it changed since my original Kreator ranking. What my number 1 gold medal winner is this time, and it changed. I should have put Violent Revolution as my number 1, but this one is actually better. This came out in the early 90s, and it's called Coma of Souls. This one I like the most out of all the Kreator albums, out of all 15 of them. So I like this one, guys. This is one of, I think, is the best Kreator album. Is Coma of Souls. Pretty awesome album, guys. So that came out in the early 90s in thrash metal, in my own opinion. I'm gonna name all the tracks out, and I'm gonna get the hell out of here and end this re-ranking here. So, When the Sun Burns Red, Coma of Souls, People of the Lie, World Beyond, Terror Zone, Agents of Brutality is an awesome song, of course. Material World Paranoia, Twisted Urges, and Dictator, and lastly, Mental Slavery. Now, yeah, this one's my number 1 gold medal winner, guys, since it changed since my original. So, Coma of Souls is awesome overall. So, my number 1 gold medal winner is definitely Coma of Souls. Alright, my best sound friends and my cuties, there's my re-rank of Kreator and my thoughts on Kreator's new album. Yeah, it's okay, to be honest. It's not that inspiring. So, it could have been a lot better. Trust me, it could have been better. It could have beat my Coma of Souls rank. The Coma of Souls is my number 1 overall. But, overall, do I like Kreator the second time? A little bit better now, since last time. Last time I didn't felt that. They are the big 4 of the German thrash metal bands overall. So, it's a little bit better since last time. Alright, so I'm going to end this video right here. Subscribe to me if you haven't. Click the bell to get notified on my next video, and comment like about this re-ranking of Kreator's studio albums worst to best. And I will see you best sound friends and lemon pie cuties on the next video. Seizure? Later.
Hello, Markapunk.
What the shit?